Hundreds of inmates released today from Oklahoma prisons. We'll tell you why. Plus, go inside the new $30 million Norman Public Library. And November is here. Find out if winter weather comes with it. This is OU Nightly. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for OU Nightly. I'm Olivia Whitehead.
And I'm Zach Verdea. Today is a historic day for not only the state of Oklahoma, but also the nation.
More than 400 Oklahoma inmates are being released from prison today. The reason? Oklahoma voters approved the state questions that turn their nonviolent crimes to misdemeanors, resulting in a lesser sentence. Things like simple drug possession and some low-level property crimes. Those being released say it's a relief.
It's not a place for anyone, really. At first, it made me want to give up and not care anymore, but I have took initiative to change.
The state of Oklahoma has the highest incarceration rate in the country, especially among women. These women have served up to 20 years in prison without having their sentence commuted. Today is the largest single-day commutation in the United States history. Governor Kevin Stitt has said that one of his goals is to reduce Oklahoma's highest in the nation incarceration rate.
Hundreds gathered over the weekend to celebrate the grand opening of the new Central Norman Public Library. OU Nightly's Taitum Wilson shows us the many new features of the state-of-the-art library.
The new Norman Public Library definitely has a lot of books, over 100,000 actually, but it also offers so much more. So you're looking around the library today. What do you think?
It's amazing.
80,000 square feet of amazing new features, including a genealogy research section, a huge children's area, and a makerspace with 3D printers, a visual lab, and a sound production studio.
A makerspace is kind of a modern, creative opportunity for people to go in and do whatever it is they need to create.
The new and improved library is funded by Norman Forward, which is a citizen-initiated proposal voters passed in October 2015. It aims to build quality-of-life projects for Norman residents.
Since we homeschool, we spend a lot of time at libraries, going to different places, or like just to study. So going to libraries to study because we just need to leave our home.
The library also offers 24-hour vending machine-like book and movie checkouts, laptop checkouts, and weekly events.
It's a lot more than books. It is. It's a heart of the community.
So whether you're looking for a new book to read or just looking for a place to study, you can probably find it at the new library. Taitum Wilson, OU Nightly.
Central Norman Public Library is located on West Acre Street, about a block behind the old library.
Well, I have to say, one of my favorite parts about this time of year is seeing the transition of colors, you know, on those trees.
Yeah, especially here at OU. Trey Bell has a live look at the change in the scenery.
Brown leaves, you'll see them everywhere across campus. After a cold end to last week, we're sitting in the 60s right now. It's absolutely beautiful. And as the sun sets earlier in the day now, however, because we fell back an hour early Sunday morning, we're going to start cooling earlier in the day. But that's not going to be a problem tonight. Winds are really light. And then we're going to be waking up tomorrow in the 40s, though. So you'll need that jacket headed out the door. But tomorrow looks like another great day. If you look behind me, trees are turning colors. They're starting to see more of those browns and those oranges. And if we look across the country at our fall foliage, across the northern portion of the country, we're past our peak. They've already seen as much orange and red as they're going to see, and so leaves have already fallen off across the Rocky Mountains as well. We're getting there in Oklahoma now in the patchy category, bringing it back to Oklahoma in terms of our temperatures. Across the state right now, we're sitting in the 60s most places, so it's nice if you want to get outside and enjoy some time outdoors. Tonight's definitely the night to do so. And so moving forward with weather headlines, another beautiful day to go tomorrow. Then our weather gets a little bit interesting on Wednesday and Thursday. We have some rain in the forecast, and we are also tracking the possibility of some winter precip in the next 7 days. So Marisa is going to break all of that down in just a few moments later in the newscast. For now, Olivia and Zach, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Trey. Some big trouble for the Golden Arches. McDonald's has fired its CEO and president, Steve Easterbrook. It comes after the board determined he violated company policy. The company said Easterbrook, who became the CEO in 2015, demonstrated poor judgment involving a recent consensual relationship with an employee. In an email to employees, Easterbrook wrote, "I engaged in a recent consensual relationship with an employee which violated McDonald's policy. This was a mistake given the values of the company. I agree with the board that it is time for me to move on."
And as impeachment proceedings continue, President Donald Trump is coming down hard on the whistleblower, demanding their identity be revealed. Dara Forges is here with the details.
With the impeachment cloud looming, President Donald Trump is demanding the whistleblower's identity to be revealed. In a tweet Monday morning, the president said in part, the whistleblower gave false information and dealt with corrupt politician Schiff. He must be brought forward to testify. Written answers not acceptable.
The whistleblower should be revealed because the whistleblower gave false stories.
Some House Republicans like Mark Meadows are pushing to have the whistleblower testify in person.
I can't imagine that Chairman Schiff would allow written questions and answers for all of his witnesses.
This all comes while the president and his allies deal with impeachment proceedings and investigations into the president's phone call with Ukraine's president.
Foreign policy is not designed for the benefit of one person. It's designed for better world order. It's designed to further the goals and objectives of our country and our allies, and this did not do that.
Meanwhile, 4 White House officials subpoenaed by the House Intelligence Committee are not expected to show up Monday for their depositions in the impeachment proceedings, further angering Democrats.
To be no-shows. This will only further add to the body of evidence on a potential obstruction of Congress charge against the president.
I'm Daryl Forges reporting.
The lead lawyer for the National Security Council and others did defy a subpoena to appear before the House impeachment investigation today.
Milwaukee is seeing a spike in hate crimes lately, including one man arrested for throwing acid on a minority. Nightly's Lindsey Gibbs has details in the news center.
Thanks, Zach. Milwaukee police arrested a 61-year-old white man for throwing acid on a Hispanic man's face. The attacker yelled, "Why did you come here and invade my country?" as he threw the acid. Mahad Vayalaz suffered second-degree burns to his face. Mahad is a U.S. citizen who immigrated to the United States from Peru. Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett blames President Trump for inciting hatred against minorities. President Trump lost his appeals case in federal court today after initially losing the case at the district level. Trump's accountant now has to hand over his tax returns to the Manhattan District Attorney in regards to the investigation into payoffs Trump made to 2 women who he had allegedly had affairs with. If Trump appeals this ruling, the case will then be taken to the Supreme Court. A salmonella outbreak has left 1 dead and 8 hospitalized. The outbreak is linked to ground beef in 6 states, including Oklahoma. The supplier of the meat has not yet been identified. The salmonella victims ate different brands from different locations. The CDC is advising consumers to cook ground beef thoroughly and to wash your hands before and immediately after handling the meat. Zach and Olivia, Bank of America is raising its minimum wage to $20 an hour next year. This raise in pay comes after multiple banks are struggling to find workers. JP Morgan Chase and Citigroup also plan to raise their wages in the future. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Lindsay. As the earth gets hotter, the need for water grows even more. How shortages can affect you and your plants.
Plus, the U.S. initiated a plan that could change the country's approach to climate change. Ahead on OU Nightly.
The United States has begun the withdrawal process from the Paris Climate Accord. Secretary of State Pompeo tweeted, "The U.S. feels the model they will use going forward is a realistic and pragmatic model."
The process takes a year and would not become official until the last day of 2020 presidential election at the latest. The Paris Agreement had 195 countries agree to put in plans to reduce global warming back in 2016.
Water shortage issues are nothing new to our planet, but there may be a new culprit. Adam Seibel with Earth Report joins us now to find out What could be causing future shortages?
A Columbia University study finds that as Earth's climate warms, plants may demand more water, cutting down on drinkable water for people. The study predicted that plants in North America and parts of Central and South America will consume more water, so rather than this rainfall being used for runoff for drinking water. Currently, 1 in 9 people lack access to clean, reliable drinking water. Due to increasingly frequent droughts, deforestation, and changing land use, we will have seen an increase of forest fires all over the world. One raging in California right now, but researchers are finding that the thickness of the tree bark may help some trees survive. A study out of Yale found a key variable in trees' ability to survive wildfires is the thickness of their bark. The thicker it is, the more likely some of these trees will survive the wildfire. Food waste within the tourism sector is posing an issue for researchers who wish to estimate how much food is actually wasted. As the tourism industry is growing, some areas like Airbnb vacations and camping are difficult for researchers to calculate the amount of food getting tossed out. Annually, around 1.3 billion tons of food is lost or just goes to waste, which is around 1/3 of the total food intended for human consumption. And Zach and Olivia, researchers now say that daylight savings time leaves to, on average, 15 to 20 minutes less of sleep. So pay close attention to this week and any changes in your sleeping patterns.
Thanks, Adam. The Cowboys have a big opportunity tonight against an NFC East rival.
Will Dallas take over the division lead? We'll have more in sports.
And Marisa Nuzzo will join us with a full look at today's weather. Marisa?
We have big changes going on. We have a potential for rain and even some mixed precipitation. I'm talking ice and freezing rain up here in the next couple of minutes. Welcome back to OU Nightly and happy Monday, everybody. It's a beautiful day to be outside. Currently in Oklahoma City, we're in the mid-60s with dew points in the 40s, so pretty comfortable, and a nice north wind, just to have a cool wind with these clear skies. Pretty nice out there right now, and tonight we're going to get down into the 40s, 41 for Norman with these strong north winds, keeping us cool and getting below freezing up near Woodward and out in the Panhandle for tonight. Tomorrow, it's going to be a grab a sweatshirt in the morning, take it off in the afternoon kind of a day, waking up around 44 and getting to about 61 by 5 p.m. tomorrow. So now let's track out that futurecast rain. So we're watching the clock go by Tuesday, and now we're moving into Wednesday. Dry all day Tuesday, we're dry on Wednesday. Until we get into the afternoon hours, we're going to watch this rain move up and soak the southeastern corner of the state, and then we'll expect some patchy showers around the OKC metro, and then we'll have some more significant on and off thunderstorms into Wednesday evening, and we'll expect that to carry out through Wednesday evening and then taper off throughout the day on Thursday. We'll be able to track that out more clearly here in the next couple of days, but do expect some rain on Wednesday night and Thursday. So now this temperature forecast, here we are tomorrow, temperatures in the 60s, and we do have a cold front we're expecting. So Wednesday we're looking at temperatures in the 40s in the early morning on Wednesday, and then as this cold front comes through, if you're up early enough, this says about 3 a.m., but this could shift a little bit as we go through the next couple of days. So temperatures in the morning, maybe 5 or 6 a.m. could be in the 60s on Thursday, but then as this cold front pushes through, those temperatures are going to drop throughout the day. So your afternoon temperature on Thursday is going to be closer to the 40s and not the 60s. So expect that temperature to go down throughout the day on Thursday. Now, it might still be a little bit far away from Christmas, but if you're trying to get those Christmas lights up before it gets too cold, it looks like Tuesday's the best day for that. Wednesday, we're expecting rain in the afternoon. Thursday, definitely red light. Don't be outside on Thursday. Now, tomorrow, beautiful day, sunny skies. Wednesday, we have those increasing rain chances throughout the day, spotty showers and thunderstorms throughout the OKC metro, and then cooling throughout the day on Thursday, so that afternoon temperature is actually going to be much cooler than the morning temperature on Thursday.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Marisa. Well, I don't know about you, but I am definitely ready for some basketball to be back in Norman.
Good news. Sherry Cole and the Sooners tip off tonight in Lloyd Noble Center. Dylan, are you excited for the season?
It's looking like it'll be a good one. I'll let you know what time you'll need to be in the seat for your game. And one of Oklahoma's linebackers is a finalist for the nation's top linebacker award. Who could it be? Stick around for sports. Welcome back to OU Nightly. I'm Dylan Rivera, and it's time for sports. OU football had a bye week this week and used the week to shore up some of the issues they've had throughout the season. Head coach Lincoln Riley talked about some of the preparation the Sooners did ahead of their matchup with the Cyclones.
We had a good week, but we've got to have another good week now and get ready to go play a good football team. We need to do the things well that we did the first 7, and we did a lot of things well. We got off the field, especially in the long yardage situations, and then we've got to create some turnovers. I mean, we've put ourselves in a tough position really the last 4 games.
Is the best college football linebacker here in Norman? Sooner linebacker Kenneth Murray is up for the 2019 Butkus Award. The award is given to the nation's top college football linebacker, and Murray is one of just 12 players being considered for the prize. The field will be narrowed down on November 25th, and the official award winner will be announced December 10th. The OU women's basketball team will take on the Oklahoma City Stars in their preseason opener tonight. The team this year is full of youth, as the entire 12-woman roster has not one senior. The Sooners and the Stars tip off at Lloyd Noble at 7. And if you can't get enough Sooner sports, tune into Sooner Sports Pad tonight. Host Shiloh Sellers is here with more. Shiloh.
That's right, Dylan. There's plenty of Sooner sports to talk about. We'll have none other than Brady Manick and Jalen Hill as our guests. And on top of that, we'll show you our football team can punt anything. Lastly, we'll hear from Kenneth Murray about the bye week. And if you missed that one, you can catch the replay right here on OU TV tomorrow after our newscast. Back to you, Dylan.
Florida State made a big change to their program over the weekend by firing head coach Willie Taggart. The Seminoles had a record of 9-12 under the now former head coach and will look to assistant Odell Haggins to take over as the interim as the search for a new coach begins. Last night, the Baltimore Ravens brought down one of the NFL's 2 undefeated teams. The Ravens mopped the floor with the Patriots' league-best defense for a 37-20 win. The Kansas City Chiefs played their second full game with Matt Moore at quarterback against the Vikings. The game ended in a Harrison Butker 44-yard field goal for the 26-23 win. With the victory, Matt Moore notched the 8th game-winning drive of his career. And former Sooner quarterback Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns continue to search for answers after falling this week to a 2-win Denver Broncos team. Backup Brandon Allen took over at QB for Denver and managed to throw for 193 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Broncos' 24-19 win. Monday Night Football this week will showcase an NFC showdown between the New York Football Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys enter the matchup at 4-3 with the Giants currently sitting at 2-6. Kickoff is set for 7:15 at MetLife Stadium. So, guys, I'm looking forward to that matchup for sure tonight. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
That'll be a good Monday Night Football game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. And a 5-year-old is marching to the beat of his own drum in a high school band.
Who this young prodigy is, straight ahead on OU Nightly.
Welcome back. I'm Emily Johnston at the OU Nightly Update Desk. Google announced Friday that it bought Fitbit for $2.1 billion, which could put the company in direct competition with Apple and Samsung. This purchase will likely face scrutiny from the state and U.S. Department of Justice as they investigate Google and other big tech companies over whether they have abused their power. That's it for now. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, cool. We'll take a look at this video. At just the age of 5, Jeremiah Travis is the youngest member of the St. Helena Marching Band in Louisiana.
When he was only 2, he was playing on the stands at a football game when the band director heard him and offered to let him come play one of their drums. And now he's a full member of the band. And not only does he have the talent in the band, he has the moves too.
That's so cute.
I love that.
Pretty impressive.
All right, guys, let's take a look at the 7-day. There's a lot going on. So we have a chance for rain on Wednesday. That goes into Thursday as well. And then I was kind of teasing that chance for some sleet and ice on Monday, but we will keep a very close eye on that as that comes closer. So your Veterans Day might be a little slushy, but we'll have to keep an eye on it.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much, Marisa. And thank you guys for tuning in to OU Nightly. We're live every weekday from Gaylord Hall on the campus of the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.